I've been asked to give short comments related to the attack on the Pentagon, which occurred on September 11, 2001. This attack came directly on the heels of two other attacks on the World Trade Center towers in New York City that same morning. First, I'd like to explain that my wife Marianne and I both have a strong attachment to our beloved Pentagon. Marianne had a career as a civil servant working for the Army in the Washington, D.C. area. The majority of her National Capital Region time was serving on the Army staff at the Pentagon. I have served 2 tours of duty at the Pentagon, retiring from there in 1999. Marianne stayed on a bit longer and was still on the rolls on September 11, 2001, but absent that day so that we could be together as we undertook our post-military civilian career in business. During her extensive career serving the nation at the Pentagon, she had the opportunity of meeting and working with many people there, forging close friendships and professional associations. It's fair to say that the Pentagon will always be a very special place for us. Since that fateful day in 2001, I have heard a lot of nonsense from people who absolutely know nothing about these matters, claiming that either 1, these attacks never took place, or 2, that no planes were involved, that our government somehow launched these attacks using cruise missiles so that it would hasten our involvement in a Middle East war. Therefore, I propose to split my comments into 2 sections. First, I'll present evidence that American Airlines Flight 77 did indeed crash into the Pentagon after it was hijacked by Hani Hanjour and 4 other passengers. And second, brief comments related to survivors of the Pentagon attack. I will present comments by Mr. John Yates, a dear friend of ours with whom we worked closely at the Pentagon. So to my first point, that a plane was hijacked and flown into the Pentagon, I have taken the liberty of editing a complete recreation video of American Airlines Flight 77 to show the actual flight path of this plane-turned-weapon and its unfortunate passengers who thought they were headed to Los Angeles LAX airport. The video contains actual air traffic control comments as they struggle to make sense of what was taking place. You will see various perspectives of the aircraft in flight, rear, front, side, and cockpit, as if you were really there. You will hear the air traffic controllers as they struggle to make sense of what's happening, and you will hear their frustration at the total confusion surrounding American Airlines Flight 11. They thought that Flight 11 was headed to Washington, D.C., when in fact it had already crashed into the World Trade Center in New York. So let's observe Flight 77 at this time.
American 77, your departure frequency will be 125.05, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Alpha 5, clear for takeoff, runway 30, American 77.
American 77, turn left heading 270, connect departure.
7 departure, American 77, thanks for good day.
Approaching
77 with advance 1.1 for 3.
Approaching 6 Quebec Sierra, contact Washington 125.65.
2565, 6 Quebec Sierra, good day.
American 77, Dallas departure radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
5,000, American 77.
American 77, Indy.
Indianapolis, good morning, Arcana 579 with you, 350 for 390.
Air Canada 579, Indy Center, Roger. American 77, Indy. American 77, American, Indy. American 77, American, Indy radio check, how do you read?
Here it goes.
This is Henderson. Still haven't got American 77. Last he was at 35 going to Falmouth, so I don't know where he is out there anywhere yet. So we're still trying to get a hold of him. We contact the company.
Okay.
Okay.
American Dispatch, Jim McDonald.
This is Indianapolis Center. Trying to get a hold of American 77.
Hang on 1 second, please.
What?
Hang on 1 second, sir.
All right.
What are you trying to get a hold of?
American 77
Okay.
on frequency 120.27.
120.
0.27. We were talking to him, and all of a sudden it just,
Okay. All right, we'll get a hold for you.
all right. No radar contact and no communications with him. So if you guys could try him again.
We're doing it.
All right, thanks a lot.
We're doing it. Thank you.
United 395, Indy Center, Roger. Northwest 115, contact Indy Center on.
Give me a location.
46 are airborne now. That's the ones we
Okay, third aircraft hijack heading towards Washington.
No.
Okay, American Airlines is still airborne. 11, the first guy, he's heading towards Washington. Okay, I think we need to scramble Langley right now, and I'm gonna take the fighters from Otis and try to chase this guy down if I can find him. Let's see, scramble Langley, head him towards the Washington area.
Roger that.
Could be American.
Hold on a second.
We're trying to get a code on this guy right now.
And we're missing another flight also,
What flight are you missing?
77.
And when was the last time you knew for sure something about him?
He was in, wait a minute. Well, there's, I don't know how he got up there, but
Good
they think
data blocking,
77 is up there also.
Okay,
He's out of Dulles.
okay, and
Dulles, LA, and they both apparently have been hijacked. And 11, we're pretty sure is in there, and 77, we were talking to him according to Indianapolis Center about 45 minutes ago, and in Indy Center. And I don't know how he got to back to the Trade Center. I have no idea if that happened.
okay, it may not have. We have another call sign. Of course, we don't know for sure any of these call signs right now, but if we find that it's your aircraft, we'll certainly give you a call.
Okay, so you have 2 airplanes in the Trade Center?
Yes.
Okay. And you have aircraft in the air.
What was that airborne time?
American 77. Got it. Yep. Did you finally get a time?
Where from?
Yes, 25, you passed.
Damn.
HFID is coming out. Can I help you?
Latest report, aircraft VFR 6 miles southeast of the White House.
6 miles southeast of the White House.
Yep, east. He's moving away?
Southeast of the White House.
Aircraft is moving away.
Okay. Moving away from the White House.
I got aircraft southeast of the White House. I came from Boston?
Oh, we're going to turn and burn and crank it up. All right, here we go. This is what we're going to do here.
Southeast of the White House right now.
Gopher 06, traffic is 11 o'clock and 5 miles northbound, fast moving, type and altitude unknown.
Gopher 06, we have traffic inside 12 o'clock.
All right, you have the traffic. Do you know what kind it is? Can you see?
Looks like a 757, sir.
A 757. Can you estimate its altitude?
Looks like he's at low altitude right now, sir.
Gopher 86, thank you.
That's 191. That traffic for Gopher 06 is still in a descent now, and looks like he's rolled out northeastbound.
All right, thank you.
Swan 191.
Gopher 86, climb and maintain.
You got a military?
Yeah, stand by. Gopher 86, turn right and follow the traffic, please. Gopher 86, turn right, heading 080. We're going to vector you for the traffic.
Okay, 080, Gopher 06.
Hold on. Where's Langley at? Where are the fighters?
He's squawking. They're going that hill.
Okay, they're at 386 and going up north. EV. I don't care how many windows you break. Yes, sir. 386. Why'd they go out there? Damn it. Okay. Push it back. I just control Dr. Belushi.
Hi, Dr. Chaparral here in Syracuse.
And Washington, this is Gopher 06.
Gopher 06, guy.
Yes, sir, that aircraft is down. He's in our 12 o'clock position. Looks like it's just to the northwest of the airfield at this time, sir.
Gopher 86, thank you. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Okay, we're down to 2,000. And this is Gopher 06. It looks like that aircraft crashed into the Pentagon, sir.
Gopher 86, Gopher 06, thank you.
Understand you still want Gopher 06 to descend to 2,000, sir.
Gopher 06, you can maintain 3,000 and turn left heading 270.
Okay, left turn to 270, Gopher 06. Any chance we can circle around the Pentagon, sir, on our 270 turn?
Gopher 06, approved as requested.
Gopher 06.
Gopher 06, okay, they're asking if you would go ahead and move away now towards the west, 270 heading and 2,000 for now.
Roger, we're climbing to 3,000, sir, and looks like that aircraft is impacted at the west side of the Pentagon.
All right, thank you.
A first-hand witness account went as follows. Then I looked up to my left and saw American Airlines jet flying right at me. The jet roared over my head, clearing my car by about 25 feet. The tail of the plane clipped the overhanging exit sign above me as it headed straight at the Pentagon. The windows were dark on American Airlines Flight 77 as it streaked toward its target, only 50 yards away. The hijacked jet slammed into the Pentagon at a ferocious speed, but the Pentagon's wall held up like a champ. It barely budged as the nose of the plane curled upwards and crumpled before exploding into a massive fireball. The people who built that wall should be proud. Its abilities to withstand the initial impact of the jet probably saved thousands of lives. John Yates is a security manager at the Pentagon, the heavily guarded headquarters of the United States Department of Defense in Arlington, Virginia. On the morning of September 11, 2001, Yates was watching a co-worker's television as coverage of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center unfolded. Let's listen to John's recollection.
She was at work at the time, and we talked for a couple of minutes, and I said, well, look, honey, I got to go. I love you. I'll see you tonight. She said, okay. She said, but do me a favor. I said, what's that? She said, for the rest of the day, work from underneath your desk. Yeah, I mean, I laughed, I chuckled. I said, yeah, sure, honey, I will. I says, I love you, and I'll see you tonight. I walked back over to where my coworker desk was, and again, worked my way into the middle of everybody, and just was kind of sat down on the edge of the desk. And I had been sitting there rather, just maybe a minute or two, when I stood up, and I actually started to leave, because I turned to my right and started to leave when the plane hit the outside of the building. Because the room was it was instantly black from the smoke. It was down to about a foot from the floor. I can't see anything, I can't breathe. The temperature, the doctor said, was 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. So to breathe even a little bit just burned, and you got the black choking smoke. And I just, my first thought was that my greatest fear in life was at hand, which was 30 feet away from where I was. And about that time, somebody grabbed the back of my leg, and then I heard a voice say, go out through this one particular door. which was just happened to be the one that was farthest away from where we were. And I just crawled towards that voice. I didn't hesitate, didn't think a second about it, take a second thought. I just headed towards that voice, and thankfully it was in the right direction, and I just crawled until I ran headfirst into a wall. I knew where I was at that point because the farther away I crawled, the lighter it got. The smoke wasn't as thick and as choking, and the sprinklers were on because I'm crawling through water. I survived because most people don't think about September 11th until it gets to be this time of year. They really don't. And you know, unless you were personally involved or personally affected, you know, they just go about their daily lives. I think I survived so that people won't forget. So I can talk to you people and tell you about the events that happened that day so that we don't forget the events that happened that day and the people who were murdered, because that's what they were. They were murdered that day. They weren't just killed, they were murdered. You know, my life has been changed in that I don't take a day for granted anymore. You know, I give thanks to every single day. At some point during the day, I look up and just say thank you, because I was standing in the middle of 5 people, and I'm the only one that survived.
For the next 2.5 months, Yates recovered in the hospital. Like other survivors, he credits the Pentagon renovation project as one reason he is alive today. The renovation, specifically, is aimed at making the Pentagon less vulnerable to terrorist attacks. Begun in the 1990s, the massive project continues today. Yates stated, "I think that if it had been a regular limestone exterior and concrete, I don't think I'd be here today, because the hijacked plane would have gone so much farther into the building." Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our short look at what happened at the nation's Pentagon on September 11th, 2001. I encourage you to reflect on it, discuss it, teach it to your children so that it is not lost. For some who lived through it, it is too painful to recollect every year as various media channels air commemorative reports and programs. We will never forget our Pentagon friends and associates who suffered through these vile attacks that day. The Pentagon is a great big family, and for us, it will always be that way. God bless our family, and God bless America.